What's good, everybody? It's DL Saint, time for a DL Short. I hope you guys had a good weekend. It's Monday. Everybody's back to the grind. I was sitting around going through my YouTube feed when this brother popped up, Jared Jones. He's a real estate YouTuber. I believe he's in Florida. Never heard of him before. I went and subscribed to his channel. He puts out a bunch of great information. I suggest y'all do the same. So this video is talking about the insurance business in Florida. Housing insurance has always been an issue in Florida. Insurance in general, even automotive insurance is kind of crazy down here, the way they run things. So I came across this video. We should definitely check it out because they're talking about a possible insurance issue on the horizon that could be a big problem for the state of Florida with regards to insurance. Now, 6 months ago, I don't know if everyone remembers this, but 6 months ago, Hurricane Ian came through Florida. It hit the west coast of Florida, which was rare for hurricanes. It was supposed to hit Tampa. It hit south of Tampa. Now, I went away when we saw the hurricane was coming. I did a video about the insurance issues 6 months ago. And now it seems that these issues are starting to show up. So let's check this out.
Breaking news from Governor Ron DeSantis has come out and announced that the insurer of last resort, the only one that Floridians have access to for housing insurance, is not solvent. Incredible update that I've got coming for you today. If you're not aware of the insurance debacle that is going on in Florida, it is far worse. And this isn't hyperbole. If you own real estate in Florida, you need to pay clear attention to what I'm going to break down for you. Because if Florida sees a catastrophic event this year, if we have a bad hurricane and there's not enough capital, we are truly insolvent with Citizens Insurance, which is the main insurer that any of us can even get. Even if you buy a brand new house, a house that's not on the coast, that has a newer roof, you go to Citizens. You can't get other insurance because they've all left the state. Now, if you're not clear on...
Now, that's a problem, and he's not lying. I've been talking to homeowners, family, and friends for decades about what's going on in Florida with respect to the insurance industry here, and that's what people have been talking about. So I wasn't aware of the governor's plan to shore up the insurance industry, but I knew there was going to be a problem because Hurricane Ian was massive. And like this brother just said, Brother Jared just said, if there's a bad hurricane or a big event that the current insurance apparatus doesn't have enough money to cover it. Here's the thing about Florida, y'all. It's not a matter of if a big hurricane is coming. The question is, when is that big hurricane coming? I guarantee you, somewhere in Florida, there's going to be a big storm this upcoming hurricane season. Let's continue.
Debacle that we are at, like the history of why we're here, I'll link below a video that I recently did describing how this has come about. But the reality now remains that if a bad hurricane comes through the state and Citizens Insurance is insolvent, as Ron DeSantis just announced, every policyholder in the state of Florida will have to pony up the cost of curing the other insured parties who are getting their houses demolished. We are in a purely socialized property insurance environment, folks, which is crazy because in Florida, most people are coming to Florida and most people assign Ron DeSantis and most of the leadership in the state of Florida to be really not running socialist policies. Now, we didn't go this way intentionally, but as a result of all the other insurers, a ton of them losing so much money, they've left the state, we now have Citizens. And what Ron DeSantis just unfolded is absolutely crazy to think about. So we all better be praying that there's no hurricanes this year. But as I jump into this
You can pray all you want that there's no hurricane this year in Florida. That prayer is going to go unanswered. There are so many stories of so many hurricanes that's come through this state. It is what it is. Florida gets hurricanes, just like in the Midwest and Tornado Alley, they get tornadoes. And out west, they get earthquakes, among other things. So this is definitely a huge problem. Let's continue.
I'm going to dive exactly into what was said. I'm going to share exactly what will happen if a major storm comes and just exactly how much money is available to solve the problem. The funds are dangerously low, and recently, to solve these problems, Band-Aids are being applied, and what can happen can be massively costful for all Floridians. We're going to dive into that, but real quick, if you appreciate the update, smash that like button, help get this word out so more people who own property here know what's going on. But let's dive into the news. So the headline, Florida governor turns heads with comment that Citizens Insurance is not solvent. Okay?
If the governor comes out and makes a statement like that, saying a particular company, the only insurance company in the state, is not solvent, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. We're going to watch a little bit more of this and then we'll close it out.
So hours before Citizens Board of Governors, the people that run this state-backed insurance that we have available to us, they voted to spend more than $170 million over the next 3 years for $500 million in reinsurance bond, a move that staff members say would help insurers avoid paying for a catastrophic hurricane. Now, let me tell you what I just said.
So there's only one place to get homeowners insurance in Florida. That's what it sounds like. And that entity doesn't have the money to cover a major event. And we all know a hurricane is coming. So the state is going to have to step in. Governor DeSantis signed into law a bill that's going to allot X amount of dollars to kind of shore this up. The company itself is out there doing everything it can do, including buying insurance from other insurance entities to help cover potential losses in this state. Listen, y'all, if you're living in Florida right now, you need to get up to speed on this. If you're living in Florida and you're a homeowner, you need to get up to speed on this. I'm going to link this to the description below so you guys can click on it and watch the rest. He really gets into the details. He gets into the money. He talks about the next event and how it's going to look. He actually breaks it down. You know, they have X amount of dollars. Well, if 1,000 or 1,500 homes get damaged up to $200,000, then that's going to deplete the money that they have already. He breaks it down. He does a really good job. I'm going to have to continue this conversation on the Downrange podcast because this is definitely political, and really break it down and read the articles and see what's going on and read the bills and read how the state is going to back this insurance company, the last one standing, and find out why all the other insurance companies left. So just, you know what I mean, look for that thumbnail. Look out for these upcoming shows because I definitely want to follow this. No insurance in a state like Florida, no homeowners insurance in a state where there are always big storms, big hurricanes. That's a recipe for disaster. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to go ahead and plant that seed, especially for you people here living in Florida. Please, please, please check on your insurance. Make sure you have coverage. See what kind of coverage you can get. Do this now before it's too late. All right? I'm DL Saint, man. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.